besties, this is Oliviascozydreams and I'm so excited to bring another speed build video to you. Today we're gonna go do the Riverwalk and bring it to the valley. Please like or subscribe if you like this content. I'd be so excited. Thank you. Let's get started. Okay, so this video is probably gonna have quite a bit of me running around and trying to figure out what in the world I want to do. If any of you guys ever find yourselves feeling like you're chaotic builders, then I feel like you found your tribe here with me because I also find myself to be a very chaotic builder. I usually have in mind a few things that I want to do. Like in this case, I had an idea of wanting to bring a bit of the Riverwalk and a little bit of just those vibes of city life and city builds to my little downtown area, but making it really nice and crisp and just hype of vibe to the valley. A little bit of mixture of all of it, but it's a little hard sometimes to actually bring those ideas to life. I feel like I had quite a few ideas going in that direction for this, so I wanted to find the different buildings that would kind of make sense. I also wanted to do it in this area just because, oh my gosh, look at the waterfall, look at the water all around. I felt like it was a great area to have this little tiny downtown built in, but it was a little hard to get the buildings in there exactly the way that I wanted them to be, just because of the radius of the water and just the radius of the different buildings. So I kind of just had to go back and forth here and kind of play with it and decide what I thought looked better. I did move quite a few things around quite some time, so you're gonna see me moving a lot of things around and kind of just trying to decide where everything's gonna go. As I get closer throughout this build, I start to move a lot of other things around. So for right now, I wanted to put the buildings down first, because the buildings were gonna tell me where to put the water. And then after I decided to put the water, I did use Touch of Magic rugs. If any of you guys are wondering, how am I putting this water here? They are just rugs, and I used Touch of Magic to make them whatever color I wanted. Touch of Magic rugs are so amazing, and you're probably gonna see them in a lot of my builds just because I'm currently obsessed with them. I can't wait to make more. I'm also obsessed with this ground. I love the stone path so much. I love to use the border one and I love to use the non-border one, and this is the one I really wanted to use in this downtown just because I really felt like it added like a very classy, very sophisticated downtown-y kind of feel. But I also did not want it to have the borders just because I didn't want anything to get in the way of the water going down the middle, just trying to integrate it more into the ground, into the earth. So that's just kind of the way I decided to go about this build, but honestly, there's a million different ways that you could have gone about it. I do wish that I could have been able to put some of the pathing a lot closer to the actual water of the game, but the radius didn't let me, so I kind of just went with whatever the radius was letting me do around here. I do wish that sometimes we could overlap things a little bit better. You'll probably hear me say that a million other times, but it's okay. I do enjoy building on Disney a lot, even though sometimes certain things can be a little challenging, certain radiuses can be a little challenging. I still feel so, I guess you could say, accomplished when I finally do a build that makes me feel so good inside after being challenged so much and it comes out looking the way I wanted. I get so excited about it. I also wanted to use these pillars, and then I realized, oops, I didn't have everything I needed for these pillars. I do ground out everything myself in my valley, and I'm really big on that. I haven't been grinding for these marble fences as much because of the poppies, so I decided to scratch that and go ahead and just use the wrought iron fence that I do have quite a bit of. Trying to grind with this wrought iron and with some of the marble and the new furniture that we've been given with the storybook Veil has been a little grindy, especially with the star path that was upon us. But I am ready now. After being finished with the star path, I am so excited to get to grinding back in my valley, trying to get more wrought iron, trying to get those poppies and a lot of other things that I need. So I cannot wait to use those marble fences and some of my future builds. But for right now, we're going to use this one. I just went around and I started filling in a bunch of different areas. I did want this area to be just very vibrant, very fresh, very full of, flowers and different boxes and things. So you'll see me going back and forth of crafting and trying to, put down this pathing and trying to craft different furniture items and things like that. I wanted to leave it as part of the video just because I feel like it's more true to life for me. I wanted to incorporate it in some of the speed builds because sometimes, seeing the process is just really cool and fun. At least I know it is for me. I like to feel like maybe other people are going through the same things that I I am. So if you love to build on Disney and you find yourself often having issues or struggling or going back and forth between not having everything you need when you sit down for a build, then me too. Let's be besties. Let's hang out. Drop it in the comments. Let me know how it goes when you're building. Are you more of a plan everything before you start the build, or are you more of a chaotic builder like me? I just feel like I throw everything down and then I try to figure out how everything's gonna look later, and it's a lot of fun. This was one of the reasons, this was one of the things that I do. I throw stuff down. So I really like these pillars with the flowers, and I truly thought I was gonna use these, but I don't know. I ended up feeling like, no, I'm gonna scrap this idea, and I ended up grabbing something that I felt much more at ease with, and like I felt like it correlated with this area better. But we'll just watch me going through this process of trying to figure that out, because that's really what's happening here. As I'm putting down this fencing, I'm looking around and trying to see how I feel about it, how cohesive I think it's looking, if it's going in the direction that I want. And so that's kind of what drew me here to make more of this fence as well, because I felt like I needed more. I needed to craft a little bit more for it to go further. I ended up not even having enough of this wrought iron fence, which I thought I did. So I ended up using 2 different fences, which I'm totally fine with the second fence that I used. I'm probably later on going to incorporate the entire wrought iron fence. But for right now, for the process of the video, I went ahead and just kept decorating. I said, you know what, the show must go on. I may not have this or that, but we're gonna go with what I have. And I was really excited actually at the end result of how it came out. I really like this area, and I feel like the villagers really like it too, because they're always here, which can be a really good thing. And then can also be a really bad thing, because don't you feel like every single time you're trying to take a picture with your villagers, they just get in the way? It's like I feel when I do need them for a dream snap, or I do need them for a picture, they are never there. And then whenever I'm trying to just take a solo picture that's aesthetic, or a video or something, they all start coming together in that area, and I'm just like, hello? Can you please not do that right now? But since they have no boundaries, that's okay. They're still my besties. We're gonna keep going with that. I'll talk to them about cozy boundaries later. So as you can see here, I started trying to decide where I was gonna put the different bushes and how I wanted them. I did want some of these bushes in the downtown. I did want some plants by the water. I wanted some rocks. I really just wanted to bring this area to life. And I feel like what really brings areas to life is a lot of shrubs, a lot of landscaping, a lot of, bringing it to life, making it look like, someone was the one that planted this there. I really like the feel of a little bit of rocks, a little bit of plants. I didn't want to put too many plants like in my last build by the water, because this was more of a city build, and so I kind of wanted to keep it true to life, to where there would be some landscaping, but there just wouldn't be a ton, especially if it was like on the side of the sidewalk. So I did want to use a little bit, incorporate a tiny bit. Of course, I'm saying let's bring the Riverwalk to, Disney Dreamlight Valley, but of course this is not going to look exactly like the Riverwalk. This is just my personal Riverwalk that I decided to come up with, but of course it came from the idea of actually seeing the Riverwalk and hanging out in the Riverwalk, and just loving that feeling of having all these shops by this little, river or pond, or however you want to call it, water source that's there in the middle. And so I had a really fun time creating this build, and I really ended up enjoying it. I decided to change Remy's house that was in the front originally. I decided to change it to actually Remy's restaurant, because I love the glowing lights of Remy's restaurant for the Storybook Vale, and I also love like how it looks so autumny. I think it just really goes with the ground in this area as well. So I was really excited to place that building there. And so you're just gonna see a lot of me adding these rocks in, a lot of these plants in, just getting really excited for how it's coming together and how it's looking. I wanted to just add a few more touches around the city, so you'll see me adding in some decorations, adding some things to kind of make it come alive, and I wonder if I'll probably add in a few other things later on, but I think I got to a point in this video where I was really happy with how it was, and I had a really great time with this build, so I'm excited to build a lot of other ones. I did notice that it turned nighttime, so I had to turn it back to day, because I don't know if you guys are the same, but I don't like to build at night. I mean, I hardly ever have my valley at night now that they allowed us to be able to change the date in the settings. I absolutely love and enjoy being able to change the settings, and so if you didn't know that you could change the settings in your valley, you can, and it doesn't change anything. Like, it's not gonna skip, a real like day outside of the game. So if you didn't know that, please know that you can go to the settings and change your time of day, and you can have it for whatever time is your absolute favorite. Sometimes I do turn it to night just in case I want to see some glowing things, but I love that everything in the valley that glows or lights up starts to do so at sunset. So I usually always keep my valley at sunset just because it's my absolute favorite time of day. I love sunsets. I'm a fall baby, always trying to live in the perpetual fall, or always trying to hang out around sunset time. So if you guys are the same way, I love that golden hour, of course. I do consider myself a very morning person too, but if you guys are like that too, then let's be besties, let's hang out. I was just going through here trying to find different things to place around. I wanted to add some decor to the downtown. I just didn't want to make it too much, but I did want to have like a veggie stand, a fruit stand, kind of like where you can come and just like eat on the side here, kind of buy from some vendors. I love cities where you can buy like fresh fruits, and then they have like the chile con limon. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it's so good. I love it. So I did want to add a little bit of that too. My valley by this bloom shop. By the way, this bloom shop blows my mind. It is so glorious. I love it so much. So I ended up making my house skin the bloom shop, and also being able to have 2 of these bloom shops in the city just because I'm that obsessed with it right now. I can't get over it, and I hope that we get more of these little buildings that go together, because I feel like this building goes really, really well with the French bakery, and so it just got me really excited. I also love these lampposts, and I ended up using these instead of the pillars that had the flowers. Even though I love the flowers as well, I just felt like it added a very city-like glowy effect. It looked very cohesive with what I was trying to do. You're just gonna see me playing around with what I should do in this area. The swans just felt like a perfect touch. My absolute favorite thing from one of the Star Paths, I believe it was Monsters Inc. Star Path, if I'm not mistaken, but I just went around trying to throw in different items, trying to see what's gonna look good, what's not gonna look good, does this fit, does this go? Some of the layers were working, some of the things were too big or too small, or just weren't fitting the vibe that I like. So I ended up putting a lot of plants, and I put these little, sacks there because I loved them. I added some more water. I wanted something moving, something that you could look down at and just give like a really beautiful feel, like a few little fountains here and there, and some boxes, to just kind of bring in that little like outdoorsy vibe, but also city vibe, and just putting cool, cute little different flowers and plants everywhere. I put some tables down. I wanted to make sure I had some food and some of these planters, and so I ended up loving it so much. I just had to kind of play around with it to see what could fit and what wouldn't fit. I did want to add an outside bar, and I ended up loving this outside bar so much. I love these Parisian tables. I really do need to go and grab more wrought iron, and I need to be doing Remy's dailies more because I'm in love with those Parisian tables and also the wrought iron cuts. I ended up putting some of these like little tiki bar stools by the outdoor bar, and I added in some root beer, and I added in some of this ice cream because to me it made it look kind of like margaritas. So I kind of just wanted to incorporate different things to make it look like people were gonna come and eat here and order and all of this. So I had a lot of fun with this. I actually ended up wanting to hang out on this outdoor bar and go to it. So I just added a few more details here, like wanting people to grab from the ice chest and looking around, making sure everything was going to work. I did end up using this floral Isabella rug, one of my absolute favorite rugs, that just looks so pretty to me, and I think it just really put everything together cohesively, as well as these beautiful flowery bushes and these trees. I was just really vibing at this point, trying to throw in a bunch of different things. I do have a lot of decorations for Storybook Vale. I have to still decorate so much in this DLC, so the rest in the back you're gonna see this biome is not decorated. This was one of my first steps to getting this biome decorated, so I decided to start on this half, and I'm really excited about it. I decided to put these pink flowers just because I loved them so much. I couldn't figure out what to put on that other side, so I decided to go with this blue plant that I loved so much, and then I decided I needed like a little register for outside just for people to come and buy these plants from, and I love Daisy's register so much. I'm just so sad that you can't actually place a register on her countertop, but I ended up going with the small table, and I absolutely loved the small table. I thought it went good, and I put some tulips to pair with it, just so that it could go very well, and some rocks to kind of add some accents to the floor. And I love adding accents to the floor. I just realized how much I love that. I went around, I cooked a bunch of stuff, I placed it on the tables, hung out, with the Disney Dreamlight Valley villagers. It looks like they liked everything, added a few more things to the floor to add in cohesively, and I was feeling pretty good about this area. I was really liking it. I was really feeling it. I wanted to add a little bit more of this like brick fencing. It kind of gave me an issue, but I just kind of threw some plants in there. I love the scooter on the side, makes it look like someone was hanging out and parked their bike there. I've just been having so much fun in the valley lately, so much fun with decorating, with getting new decorations, kind of mixing it up with the old and the new, and just having a good time. And I feel like that's the best thing about Disney, is just coming on here and using your creative skills to do so much. And it's so relaxing and it's so inspiring, and I really feel like Disney is just home. And I think probably a lot of you guys feel the same way if you do plays Disney. You just feel like Disney's home, whether you're building, whether you're questing, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm always having a really good time here in the valley. So now that I'm starting to do more and more builds, I'm getting really excited with them and really excited with ideas of, what to put in my own valley. And this is pushing me to finish a lot of the biomes that I need to finish that I haven't finished, and just trying to figure out what are the things that I can do, and like pushing the limits to everything. So I kind of just went through here and was trying to add more and more of this fence area right here. And it gave me an issue, but I finally was able to figure it out. And this is kind of what it turned out like. I wanted to show you guys more of a slower little walkthrough of it. The outdoor bar, one of my favorites. I just love it. I want to go grab a drink from there right now. Just walking through, and I felt like it looked really relaxing. Like we could go grab some ice cream. The besties could go chill out in the valley. I mean, we got it together. We're hanging out. We're doing good. And it looked like some of the villagers came out. Like my shadow came out as well. My shadow actually loved this area, and that made me really happy. I felt like it made her feel happy, and I know she's always gloomy in the valley, so that made me excited. If you liked it, please please subscribe. I would love to get to know you guys, hang out. I do enjoy hanging out with the besties on stream on Twitch daily. I also enjoy hanging out on Disney Dreamlight Valley and posting some of my builds on Instagram. So if you guys are enjoying it here on YouTube, I would love to get to know you guys. Shoot me a comment. I would love to go check you out as well. I would love to get to know you all more. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. And this is just some of my socials in case you guys want to also follow me there and hang out and chit chat about all the things we love. But until next time.